Persistent Empires is a multiplayer mod from Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord that converts the base game into a fully fleshed out open-world survival RPG game. You can harvest resources, craft weapons, armor and tools, trade in a fully player-driven economy, rob other players, and fight other factions in battles and castle sieges. The mod is currently in beta and already one of the most popular multiplayer mods for Bannerlord. I have tested Persistent Empires for a couple of weeks to be able to give you guys a good overview of what you can expect in this mod and if it is worth playing. But before we get into it, a quick word from the sponsor of this video, Project Orochi. Project Orochi is a New York-based streetwear clothing brand inspired by Japanese art and culture. I am thrilled to collaborate with them because many of their products have a reference to melee games like For Honor, Dark Souls, Ghost of Tsushima and the likes. Their designs are super clean and stylish. I especially like the For Honor and Elden Ring inspired shirts, like this Aramusha shirt for example, that is available in 3 different colors. Project Orochi also offers non-gaming related clothing, and now with Season 14 and the release of their brand new collection, they have more products to choose from than ever. So head over to projectorochi.com/KingLouis and get an exclusive 10% discount for your entire order with the code MALLMAN. Shipping is available to a wide variety of countries all over the world, and shipping within North America is completely free. Also make sure to give them a follow on Instagram, so you are always up to date on their newest deals and designs. Alright, so after spending some time in Bannerlord's character creator, it was time to start my journey in Persistent Empires. The open world is called Avrasia, and you spawn as a commoner with nothing but 500 gold and a few basic farming tools to your name. The mod just throws you in, swim or sink. There is no in-game tutorial or questline that holds your hand or explains the things you can or should do. Having played about 500 different survival games over the past few years however, I knew the drill and instinctively pulled out my trusty axe and started smacking some trees to gather wood. Not too far away, I found a marketplace where I could sell the wood and made my first few coins. The mod has a fully player-driven economy for weapons, armor, horses, tools, food and other items. Only the things that are sold by players can be bought by others, and there are several different marketplaces on the map. Unfortunately however, right after I earned my first coins, I got robbed and killed by an outlaw. I lost all my gold but learned a valuable lesson. Persistent Empires has rules. You are not allowed to run around and just randomly kill people like in Rust or other PvP survival games. You need a valid reason to attack or kill someone in this mod or you will get banned. And these reasons are defined in a rulebook. Hold up, you might say now. I'm not gonna study 200 rules just for playing a mod. Or at least that's what I thought. But it's actually quite trivial. The rulebook basically only defines when you can kill someone, when you can hold someone, what you can demand, rules for wars, and some basic general rules, like for example, no racial slurs, harassment and such. You are for example allowed to hold someone and make him show his money pouch and rob his money, and if he doesn't comply, you have a valid kill reason. Anyway, losing the bit of money that I had was no big deal. The wood chopping took me like 5 minutes, so I would have it back in the blink of an eye. I was just on my way to the market when suddenly some guy in really fancy armor walked up to me and offered me a crazy sum of 40,000 gold if I'd joined their group. We talked a bit via VoIP and he was really nice and helpful, so I accepted and he escorted me to the clan's castle. Avrasia has 13 castles on its current beta map that factions can fight for and take control over. The castle is also the place where you can choose your class. Persistent Empires does not have experience-based character progression, but instead uses a class system. In terms of fighting classes, there are different infantry, archery and cavalry classes. And then there are the utility classes, which are Gatherer, Peasant, Doctor and Craftsman. For a relatively small fee, you can freely switch between classes whenever you want. The utility classes have a vital role in this mod. You need for example Craftsmen to produce weapons and armor for the faction members, and you need Doctors to heal teammates during battles. Anyway, that was the time when I learned that you can use a wagon and a donkey to transport goods and can make a fortune by mining silver and other ores in the mines. Obviously, you can get robbed on the way if someone follows you, but you can afford top tier armor and weapons incredibly fast in this mod compared to other survival games. I would say, if you know where to go and what to do, you can get top tier gear within an hour or two from when you start up the mod for the first time. That was also the point when I realized that Persistent Empires is more of a roleplay mod than a typical survival game. Like, what does it matter when someone robs 2k gold of me if I can make 50k in like half an hour? As a reference, a full plate armor set plus weapon costs like 25k. You can also deposit money in the bank to keep it safe. So, if you do a few mining runs while watching an episode of your favorite TV show, you will be good to go for a very long time. From here on out, the major content of this mod is fighting other factions, raiding their castles, and defending your own castle. The EU and NA servers are very active with many clans competing. A server can hold up to 750 players, so there are huge battles going on basically every day. And honestly, these are more fun than I had expected. Being in Discord with 50 other players, executing an organized castle siege with siege weapons, infantry, archers and cavalry is something that not many other games have to offer. The clan that I joined, for example, uses a Discord channel where they send out banner calls via notifies. So if you feel like it, you can just casually hop on for an hour and get some action. Besides the wars, the other main attraction of the mod is roleplay. Persistent Empires has an inbuilt voice chat, which is great for immersion and roleplaying, but can be quite annoying when someone blasts some techno music through their $5 microphone. So I would definitely say that sieges are the main appeal of Persistent Empires. You can play this mod solo as a commoner or as an outlaw, but I think you'd be missing out. Commoners, the default faction you're in when you start the mod, have the advantage that they are immune to aggressive actions by anyone but other commoners and outlaws. And outlaws are the only ones that can rob armor, weapons and other items. As a downside, they cannot be assisted in combat by any other faction, nor are they allowed to assist members of any other faction. Alright, so how can you play this mod? Persistent Empires is on the Steam Workshop, so if you own the game on Steam, you simply go to the Bannerlord workshop and subscribe to Persistent Empires. Then you start the game, click on multiplayer and activate the module in the mod list. Now you can join the Persistent Empires server in the server browser and you're good to go. If you do not own the game on Steam, there is an alternative download link on the Persistent Empires Discord server, which I will link in the video description below. There you can also find the rulebook for the mod and other useful information. In the somewhat near future, it will also be possible to host your own private server with this mod. Alright, resume. Is the Persistent Empires mod worth playing? From my experience, I would say yes, definitely worth a try. I had absolutely no expectations going into this, and I also heard really bad things about the community. Sure, these kinds of games attract a toxic, immature audience. But honestly, because of the administration and tight rule enforcement, there is a limited amount of havoc these players can do, and you can have a good time as someone that doesn't solely play because he wants to grieve and annoy other players. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think of Persistent Empires. Have you tried it yet? Will you try it? How does it look to you? If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and consider subscribing for future medieval slasher content. As always, thank you all for watching and see you soon.